Hi all. So today we'll talk about a new topic. The topic name is Windows File Cluster. I think a lot of people are already aware about it. It is not a very new term in the industries. A lot of people are using this Windows File Server Cluster to maintain high availability. So today we'll talk about that. So if you see this diagram, this is architecture of Windows File Server Cluster. So if you see at the right side, we have introduced some new features. So when I'm configuring the Windows File Server Cluster, I will use the shared disk in Azure. Okay, so Azure has uh, recently updated the new feature for the disk, which is can share between the multiple servers, and also I can use a storage block as well. It work as my witness disk. Okay, so that I'm going to configure today. So at the left hand side, I have the share services like Windows servers, AD and DNS, where will be in a hub VNet, and then in Smoke VNet we can have our infra. Okay, our servers, and then both VNets are joined with each other using the VNet peering. So today I'm going to show you the demo of Windows File Server Cluster. Okay, we'll start with the actual demo. So before touching the demo, we'll quickly touch base for a prerequisite. Okay, there is some prerequisite which you have to consider here. Like the first is about Active Directory DNS setup. So I already done this setup with and already set up with me. So I can show you that right now. This is a server where I have set up the my Active Directory and DNS. Okay. Okay. Then the two nodes are created with a static IP. So I have also set up a two separate node. Both are running on Windows Server 2016. Okay, both are added into the domain, and I set up static IP on both the nodes. Let me show you that. Okay, so if you see this, these are my nodes. Let me go back. These are my domain controller, and this is my node 1, node 2. And if I go to node 1, I will go to networking part. In this networking, if I go to node NIC card over here, I can go to IP configuration. Okay, and from here, if I click on this setting, over here, I have set up the static IP. Can you see this? Similarly, stuff I have done for the node 2 as well. Okay. Then the custom DNS. So right now, Windows File Server Cluster has a requirement that your IP address set on the nodes is always static. Okay, but in Azure, they have given a provision where you can set up DNS IPs on the portal itself. I can show you that as well to you. So I will go to node 1. I can go to networking. In networking area, I can go to the interface, and I can go to the DNS server. Over here, you can see this. This is the IP of my DNS server and Active Directory, which is already set up. So this once I put it, so this IP will be taken from my node as well. Okay. And then so file server role and file server cluster feature. So on both the node, I already installed the file server role and failover cluster feature. Let me show you that. Okay, this is my one of the node 1. Let me take it in this way. Okay, if I go to my server manager, in this I can go to the where manage, add, remove, add role and features. Here, if I go next, okay, let me choose node 1. Okay, in node 1 you can see this. This is the file server role I have already added over here. And the feature in the feature section, I have taken the Windows failover cluster. Okay, so this is already selected, already installed inside this node 1. Similarly, stuff I have done for node 2 as well. Okay, now so the next point about the node, that if you can put this node in availability set, so you can get a more fault domain and update domain, so it will get a more uptime. Again, it is optional in our case. And the next point also is optional about proximity group. So if you put both the node in proximity group, then the latency would be lesser. So that is also an optional part here. If you want, you can set up that as well. And then you need a storage account that already I have done. Let me show you that. This is my storage account. Okay, this is already I have. I'm okay. So this is in the creation phase. So once I'm done with this, I can use this storage account. Okay. So let me now go back to the actual demo. Okay, so now we will start with the first shared disk. So shared disk will work as a my cluster disk. So first I will add a shared disk. So to add the shared disk to by both the node, I have to create the shared disk first. Let me go to the disk section over here. Over here, I can create a disk. Okay, click on the create. Here I can select my resource group. Then I can give a name like shared disk. Okay, I will keep the east-west. Then change size. I can keep it very low, 256. So 256 is the lowest limit. You cannot go lesser than this. Okay, if you put 128, then you cannot make it shared disk. So for shared disk, at minimum you need a 256 GB of size. Okay, click on OK. Then click on encryption. I will keep default. Networking section, I will keep it public endpoint. Then in this, see, this is the important part where I am going to make it enabled. Okay, and when I make it enable, I can get option whether I need to share this disk with a 2 or 3. So in my case, I will share this disk with 2 servers. Okay, let me tag and renew and create. Okay, once validation get complete, I can start creating. Okay, so let me go back and see. So my storage account is also ready. Okay, I can going to use this storage account for my setup. So let me go back here in manage disk. So it is also getting creating. Okay, so we'll give some more time to this. Okay, then what next? Okay, after that we'll go to the cluster part. Let me, before going to cluster part, let me complete my disk setup here. Okay, it is done. Good. So my managed disk is ready with the share feature is available with this. Okay, it is already enabled with this. Now let me attach this disk to my node. Okay, so this is node 1. Let me add that disk to node 1. Go to disk. Let me attach disk over here. I am going to select a share disk over here. And now just click on save. Okay, similarly, same stuff I will do with the node 2 as well. I will go to disk. And over here, I can just click on the attach existing disk. Over here, I can just click on the share disk and click on the save. Okay, it is saved. But what about this? It is getting saved. Okay, so we'll give more 1 and 2 minutes to complete. Okay, I think it is done in lesser time. Fine. Let me now go to my node. This is my node 1. Okay, let me go to the computer management. Okay, here let me go disk management. You can see disk to GPT, right? Let me click on this. Okay, so GPT embed is a partition. If you go for MBR, then you can only limit up to 2 terabytes. If you want to increase your disk more than 2 terabytes, then you can go for GPT. Okay, so I will set a GPT here. Click on OK. Okay, let me create a new volume. Okay. Share disk. Okay. Fine. Now it will be ready. Okay, it is ready now. You can see over here. Okay, refresh. Fine. So similar way, I need to just do the same on the node 2 as well. This is my node 2. Let me minimize it. Let me go to my computer management. Change. Let me go to disk management. Okay. Similarly, let me click on this, make it online. Okay. Okay. So can you see this? Now it is it is online now. So let me go back and check. Okay, I can see the same disk over here as well. So now shared disk is attached. So let me go back to my PPT and just go to next step where I'm now I'm going to create a cluster. So let me go to node 1. Okay, let me open it. Let me open the cluster manager. I can open the cluster manager from here. Cluster manager. Where it is? Okay, payload cluster manager. Okay, let me open this. Yeah, it is open now. So let me create a cluster. I will go from here. Okay, cluster. Next, I will put node 1. Okay, so my domain is sagarcloud.cf. Okay, so sagarcloud.cf. Spreading node 1. Okay, let me put it add. Okay, so first I will go with the node 1. I will add node 2 later. So click on next. I will want to do any testing here. Next. Okay, cluster name is file cluster fs. Okay, cluster fs 01. Next. Next. It will take some time. We'll need to wait. Okay, fine. Okay, witness this will create later. Finish. Okay. So first thing with what I will do now, when you set up a Windows file server cluster in Azure VM, and there is some challenge over here. Okay, you can see this right now. So the cluster node taken the IP of the VM node 1. It is not right. The cluster should take the next IP. So I have to do some changes over here. Let me click on static IP. Let me put it 10. Okay, click on OK. Fine. So let me try to bring it online. Okay, fine. Now it is done. The one node is added. So now I will add a node 2 from here. Add node. Okay. Click over here. I will put node 2 dot sagarcloud.cf. Next. We'll give some time to get it to complete. Okay, great. It is completed. So now node 1, node 2 is added. Let me add a quorum disk now. So let me click more action, quorum configuration. Okay. Click next. Okay. Select advanced quorum. Next. Okay. Select all the nodes. Select all the nodes. Next. Configure the cloud witness. Next. Okay. Now over here I will put the storage account name. Okay. Now let me go back here. Let me take the storage account name from here. This is storage account name. I'm going to use it in my configuration. Okay, let me put it. Storage account key. So key I will get it from access key. Okay, let me click on show keys, copy, and I will put it inside it. Okay. Next. Next. Finish. Okay, now I can see my witness disk is ready. Okay, my cluster IP is also set. Right. Let me now add a role. Okay, so let me see. Okay, before adding a role, let me do a failover, but okay, let it be. First I will complete a role and then I will test the failover. So configure a role. Next. Okay, let me select the file server over here. Next. Okay, okay, I will do the default setting. File server. So file server 01. File server. I will take a file server only. File server. Okay, file server. Okay, I will select a custom disk. Okay, that will be used. Okay, and then click on next. Okay, again maybe there is a challenge we'll see here. Finish. Okay, now let me see the IP address of this. Okay, I think I will give some time to get it complete. Okay, once it is complete, then I can show you the IP address. Okay, so click on refresh. Yeah. Okay, I think it is getting completed. Okay. Okay, fine. It is failed. Why it is failed? Do you know? Because the IP, again, this row also taken the IP of your VM node 1. That's why it's failed. I have to do a modification over here. Okay, I have to change the IP address. Let me click over here. Okay, go to static and give me some other IP like 11, for example. Let me click on OK. Okay, so that is a challenge normally you see when you set up the cluster in the Azure VM. Okay, so let me again try to bring it online. Okay, fine, good. See, it is now done. But the thing is that this IP which is allocated to the role, it is still a virtual IP and doesn't have any NIC associated with it. Okay, so in Azure you need a NIC card, because in Azure always the Azure VM talk with each other over the NIC. Okay, so now as long as this file server role doesn't have any NIC, we have to do some adjustment over here. What adjustment you will do? That you have to create a load balancer. So on the load balancer, you have to give the same IP, okay, and then that load balancer will work as a file server. Okay, so let me show you that. Okay, so before that, let me go to the PPT again. So I think I have created up the cluster. I have added a quorum disk. I have also created a file server role. Now I am going to create a LB. Okay, it is again a very straightforward step. I can show you that. Load balancer. Okay, let me create a load balancer over here. Okay, okay, this is my file server LB. Okay, I will put it region east to west internal. I will select same VNet. Okay, now I will put a static IP. In the static IP, I can go back and see what is the IP assigned to this role. So the IP is 10.0.0.0.11. Let me put that IP over there. 10.0.0.11. Okay, so this is my IP. Okay, let me click on create. After once it is created, then I need to create a backend pool, and then also I need to create a backend rule as well. Okay, so that two things I will create after once it is created. Okay, we'll give some 1 minute to complete it. Great. Let me go back. Wow, it is done. Okay, so the IP is also allocated to it. Let me set up a backend pool. Let me click on add. Backend pool is file server BP. Okay, let me go with the NIC card. Okay, let me go with the IP address for this case. So IP address I will use 5. This is my node 1 IP, and then I will use 10.0.0.6. Okay, this is my node 2 IP. Click on add. We'll give some time to complete. Okay, now it is complete. Let me go to health probe. In the health probe, I need to add a health probe. So this health probe will check the file server role. Okay, probe. Okay, 20. Let me put 5999. So this is the default port they have given in the documentation, which I have put here. So this health probe will keep checking the your node 1, node 2. Okay. So now health probe is ready. So let me go on in load balancing rule. Okay, in load balancing rule, I need to set up my incoming and outgoing. Okay, so incoming, let me put file load. Okay, balancing. File load. Okay, load balance. Fine. Let me choose the front-end IP. Let me choose the TCP port is 445. The SMB port. Okay, backend pool port is again 445. So traffic will come on 445 on the front-end IP, and that will the IP will send the traffic to backend backend port. Okay, that is 445, and backend pool which is already set up over here, and health probe is 5999. Okay, and then let me have the remaining thing I will keep as it is. Let me click on add. So now my LB is ready. So this LB will serve as a file server, okay, for other client machines. So let it complete, and then I will go to next. So once it is ready, then the next step is that you need to execute one PowerShell script. Which PowerShell script? What you will do in that case? You need to run the PowerShell script inside the one node. In that the IP assigned to this load balancer. This IP you need to register with your cluster network. Okay, so that is very important step which you have to perform. Okay, so I will show you that as well. So let me go to node 1. Okay, so this I have right now on node 1, and now let me take the details. Right, let me click on this. So this is my network, cluster network 1, which I need to use in that PowerShell script. Then also I need to use this name, IP address 10.0.0.11. Okay, I will only copy this one. Okay, let me copy this one more time. So if you see this is my cluster network name, cluster network 1. So the IP resource name which I have taken from here. Okay. Taken from here, right? And then what next? The next one is the LB IP, which is I got from the LB setup. Okay. So this is I already taken it. Just need to just execute it. Okay, now at a last, there's a warning that you need to start and stop your file server role. Let me do that. Okay, let me click on this. Let me stop. Okay, let me start. Okay, now we are done. Let me create one file share over here. Okay, so you can see that the disk is already selected. File server is online. Let me click on next. Okay, let me put share 1, for example. Now you can see that I have created 2 share 1 and share 2 over here. So let me check whether I can access this share 1 and share 2 or not. Let me go here. Okay, and let me type the name. Okay, let me try to put the file server. Okay, I can share the share. I can see the share 1, share 2 also here. Okay, Similarly, I can access the share 1. Okay, I can put the test file. I can access the share 2 as share 3 as well. Similarly, I can put the test file over there as well. Or I can create a folder over there for test folder, for example. Okay. So and this can be accessible to all the users. Okay, who are accessing the this file share. Okay. So I think I'm done with the demo. I hope you got to know about how to set up the file server cluster using the share disk functionality of Azure and then the Source account as well. So thank you for watching this video.